Before we start today's episode, I just wanted to give you the heads up that the audio quality is a bit different than normal on today's episode because I actually recorded it when I was sitting in the car and my little one was asleep on the back seat. So I was trying to be super quiet. As a result, my mouth was a bit closer to the microphone than normal, so there's a bit of distortion, but it's not too bad, I don't think. But have a little listen. If it annoys you too much, feel free to skip over it. But I just wanted to give you that little heads up that you might need to turn it up a bit and then just remember to turn it back down before it goes to your next podcast because you don't want it to be too loud. I just wanted to give you that heads up before we get started. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hello and welcome to another episode of Messy Magic. I'm your host, D Guy. And today I'm being super quiet, even more quiet than normal, because I'm sitting in my car with the aircon running while my 4-year-old has a very much needed nap. And I wanted to take this opportunity to share a little lesson with you that I learned today that you might be able to benefit from, especially if you have young kids. And the lesson is to basically how to realize when you need a bit of support and to graciously accept it and to how to improve your energy and your mood so that you can better support yourself and your family and have a better day, truthfully. So a little backstory. I am traveling alone with my little one at the moment. We drove about 4 hours yesterday. We had a really long day because there was lots of traffic and it took longer than it should have. And so my 4-year-old does not enjoy the car, and so that was a bit of a trial. And then we're staying with friends who have 2 little girls who he adores, and so he was up later than normal, playing last night, so we had a late bedtime. He woke up extremely early this morning, about 4:30 local time. So the other factor is that we're currently in Queensland where they do not have daylight savings versus New South Wales where we're from. So his body clock is an hour ahead of everybody else's in Queensland. So he was up super early and hadn't had a nap all day, even though he was devastatingly tired. I was tired too because of the drive yesterday, being up late last night, being woken up earlier this morning than I would have liked. And so it's been a long day. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon and it feels like we've lived through about 2 or 3 days in the space of this one day so far. And we're preparing to go to a little get together this afternoon. And so I have had this energy all day of not dread, but just negativity, just kind of this sense of this is hard, we're tired, he's going to be so tired tonight, and kind of having a not so good expectation of how the night will go and how the afternoon will go. And I realised that, but I didn't really know what I was going to do about it other than bring him for a drive when it hit the afternoon. And my friend who we're staying with, bless her, said to me, maybe you should go and have a lie down. Like if he's not going to sleep, at least you can have a sleep, replenish yourself, and then at least that way tonight when you're out and about, regardless of what happens, you'll be able to handle it. You'll have more patience and and just be able to handle things. And the not defensive, but the strong part of me wanted to say, no, I'm fine. It'll be okay. We'll be all right. never mind, like it's okay, we'll get through this, it's not the worst thing that's ever happened, you know. But I sat with it for a minute, took a little bit of a breath, and then said, you know what, that's actually a really good idea. Totally going to take you up on that. And so he was playing with her 2 little girls. She was watching them. I said, I'm just going to go and have a shower, wash my hair, lie down, do a meditation. And in the end, that's what I did. So I went and had a shower, washed my hair, so I kind of freshened up a bit. Then I went down, listened to a yoga nidra meditation on Insight Timer. And it was like a power nap. It was like a 15-minute power nap. And when I got back up from that bed, I felt so much better. And the whole process probably took me maybe 45 minutes. And then I managed to get my kiddo into the car, and that's where we are now. I decided to take him for a little drive and just see what happened. And luckily he fell asleep. So he's going to have a little power nap too before our evening out tonight. So hopefully he feels better as well. But even if he doesn't and he's still a mess, I feel much better. And I also feel really proud of myself for having acknowledged that I needed that support and I needed to nourish myself, because I'm such a big believer in looking after ourselves in order to be able to look after others. And that's something that I'm still practicing, but today I managed to embody it. So I wanted to record this podcast. I do hope you can hear me. I'm going to have to up the volume when I do a quick edit. But I just wanted to remind you that it's not only is it okay to accept support and to take time out for yourself, to give yourself a little nourishment and nurturing and extra support and love and tenderness. Not only is it okay, it's actually much better for everybody if you do. So don't consider it, negative or weak of you if you need to take a bit of time out. I actually think it's the opposite. I actually think that it's the strong thing to do, the adult thing to do, the mature thing to do, that not all of us do all of the time. And believe me, I get it wrong a lot as well, but today is one time that I got it right, and I feel so much better for it, which is why I wanted to share it with you. So on that note, I am going to drive him home. Hope he doesn't sleep too long, and hopefully have a good night tonight with my friends and family. And I hope that this helps bring a little bit of magic to your messy life, because I know that everyone's life is messy in some way or another. So please look after yourself so you can look after others. And in the meantime, have a magical day.